Good evening and salutations, my GH fans. I'm just going to be honest from jump. This episode was just filler, really. Nothing major actually happened in this episode. Um, Olbrich was about to sit there and kill Esme, and of course she found out she was pregnant. Nina didn't really do anything in this episode. The only thing that she did do besides talk to Sunny, gather more of Brit's stuff, was try to stop Liesel. But of course, by the time she got there, she thought that Liesel did something, and then she realized that she didn't do anything because she's pregnant. And of course, she made that little threat about, oh, I'm not going to do anything to the baby, but she's a different story. And like, okay, Olbrich. I get it. She's in a lot of grief. She's in a lot of pain. And usually, when that woman is in any sort of grief, she's not thinking. Hence why she tried to kill Peter by burning him down in a cabin. Or, a little cabin or whatever. Spencer found out about Brit's death. And as much as I don't like Spencer, I genuinely felt bad for him. I did. Brit was kind of like the closest thing I can imagine as far as being somewhat of a mother figure. Always treat him with respect, not talking down to him, even when he was a child. So that was pretty heartbreaking to watch. And of course, he did want to stay with Uncle Sonny because he wanted no parts of Nicholas. Um, Before that, Spencer and Cam just kind of got caught up on things as far as Esme being pregnant, finding out that he is, the child is Nicholas. And there was one part where Spencer almost slipped up, as far as because Cam seemed like he was kind of off or whatever. And at first he seemed like he was about to slip up, like, oh, does that have anything to do with our parents? And he was like, what are you talking about? Of course, Spencer found out that Josh broke up with him. And at one point, Spencer was like, does that have anything to do with Dex? And of course, he was like, I don't know what you're talking about. But that did plant a seed in his head. Towards the end of when Sonny was walking out with Dex, Cam sat there and he just gave that evil eye to Dex. And, eventually, he's going to uncover the truth, the whole cheating thing and everything like that. And he's going to be livid. And I don't blame him. Josh found out about Brit's death. And at that point, she pretty much kind of confessed her part as far as, her being the intended target. And, there was a point where Carly was sitting there grilling Josh. Like, why did you leave? Why did you leave her by herself? Why did you not stay for the cops? And at that point, Dex had to sit there and be like, she left because of me, because of the gun and everything like that. Now, Carly didn't go too hard on him. Mostly had a lot to do with the fact that Dex saved her life. So, Josh escorted him out and just kind of had a one-on-one talked about Cam. I'm going to be honest, the whole tearing and crying thing just didn't really mean anything to me. Mostly for the fact that she did lie to him. She cheated behind his back. Now, yeah, she fell out of love with him. Things happen. Them breaking up, that happens all the time. But she didn't really sit there and tell even Carly the real reason why. She just kind of omitted a lot of stuff between Carly and Cam. So the whole tearing and waterworks didn't really, I wasn't feeling it. Um, Sonny had an unnecessary fight with Nicholas because he found out that Esme was pregnant with Nicholas' child. And I'm just like, all right, I get that, but was it really a need to sit there and have a public fight at the hospital? Like, I felt like that was just so unnecessary. Yeah, Nicholas didn't press charges, but it still just felt so unnecessary. Um, I think Liz's only purpose in this episode was to keep Nicholas away from Esme, so this way they don't draw any more suspicion or whatever. Especially seeing how Dante already called them in, as far as being Esme accomplished, which again still doesn't really make a lot of sense to me, but whatever. Now, Liz kept making jokes and stuff like that, talking about, oh, they were going to be behind bars, and, Victor was going to sit there and raise Nicholas' child. But I'm like, bro, you do realize that you pretty much kind of got yourself involved in this whole Esme taking care of Esme and the baby thing. So if you do go to jail, this is on you. Okay, let's just be honest. This is on you. Because if you had to sit there and choose between your best friend and your kids, because I get that in the beginning, Nicholas kind of put her in a tough spot by saying, "Hey, I need you to come by," and she got there and she was surprised that it was Esme. But like at that point, you should have called the cops, okay? Instead of playing Florence Nightingale with Esme. But eventually the truth is going to come to light, and well, she better sit there and get Scotty. That's all I'm going to say about that. Now, Willow, towards the end of the episode, she got a call from Terry, and she was a match. She was a match to the registry. If I had to guess, I would sit there and say it was Britt. Now, to me, there's good and bad things about that. Watching Willow has gotten to a point where it's just depressing. So, hearing that she got a match and everything like that, and that she gets to sit there and raise her kids and stuff, obviously that's good news. And even towards the end when they was hugging, if you heard if you heard it really close, you can hear like a little magical sound or whatever. That's all good. That's great. That's great news. But that just means that it's going to take longer for Carly to get exposed, and that's the part that sucks. That is the part that sucks automatically, just from jump, Because I really can't wait until Nina finds out the truth and she really goes in on Carly, because Carly is going to deserve all the smoke that she was getting, all the smoke that she gets, all of it. Drew was there, but he didn't really do too much of anything. When he was with Willow and Michael, they talked about some guy named Josiah or whatever. And that was pretty much just more into trying to look for um Brit's parent. I mean, not Brit. Willow's parents. But since she got a match from the registry, she doesn't have to sit there and try so hard to try to find her parents. So now it's kind of a moot point. I don't really get it. I don't know what these writers are doing at this point. Sometimes I feel like on certain shows, and even this show, just on certain shows in general, sometimes the writing can be so sloppy where it just feels like it's more of an inside joke between the writers. Where it's just like, you know, we don't have to let everyone else know what we're writing. Like, it makes sense to us. It doesn't need to make sense to everyone else. It just needs to make sense to us. And I'm like, that's not how that works. That's not how that works. Um, I feel like that's about it. I can't really think of anything else that happened. It's not really much to the show that really happened in this episode. And like I said in the beginning, it was more of a filler, which is unfortunate, especially on a Friday. On a Friday, you're just like, all right, cool, let's have some cliffhanger Friday. We didn't even really get that. So I didn't watch B&B yet, but I can tell you out of all the four soap operas, this is the one that you need to watch last. Days of Our Lives is the one that you need to watch first. Y&R is the one that you need to watch second. B&B, even though it's been cartoonish, you can watch that one third. And GH, it's in last place. But, I feel like that's kind of par for the core. I'm still have somewhat going to hold out hope for General Hospital that they get their act together. Because so far this year, it's actually been good, except for the past two episodes. It's just been meh. But before then, it's been pretty good. And I know sometimes you have some good episodes and some bad ones. And I'm just hoping that we get more good episodes than bad episodes. I mean, this episode was so dry and so uninteresting that I actually had to sit there while I was doing this review 4 times because I felt like I was doing something wrong. I was like, you know what? I just kept meandering and just going on and on and on. I was like, you know what? A 10-minute video. I feel like that can kind of just summarize GH, just my thoughts in general. Um, but I will be talking more about it tonight. If I missed anything, I'm going to be doing a live stream tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. So definitely stay tuned. Watch that come through. It's a lot of fun. And yeah, with that being said, I'm going to go. Thank you for watching. Be safe. Have a great, fantastic weekend. Also, Saturday, it's going to be doing my first live stream for members. So if you're not a member, definitely sign up to be a member. If you are on your laptop or your desktop, hit the join button because right now it's not on mobile device for some odd reason. I'm still just so annoyed by that. But I'm gonna try to work on getting a link so this way people can sit there and try to find it a lot more faster. Um, But yeah, I may try to put it on this video if I can try to find a link tonight. So if you definitely want to sit there and join it, it's $4.99. It's going to be YouTube. It's going to be membership. Let me try this again because I'm still not good at it. It's going to be member shadows. That's going to be done once. It's going to be done randomly throughout the week. I mean, randomly throughout the month, and it's going to be done in a specific video. Once a month as well. It's going to also be live stream for members only with call-in features. We're going to have that going on, and exclusive videos I'm going to be working on. That's just going to be for members. It's a lot. Anyway, with that being said, I'm going to go. I want to thank you for watching. Have a great, safe weekend, and I will see you in the next video.